Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a open box kit review of the Revell 124 scale Porsche 911 Carrera. I also have the coupe. I got both of these probably, I don't know, a couple years ago when they first came out. They came out about the same time. Both of them are all new tooling, and both of them you can build either the US or the Euro specs. It's got it where you can build it both ways. It's a 2-in-1 kit. So anyway, it's been on the shelf, like I said, for a couple years, and I decided to go and pull this one out. I'm going to probably build it just box stock. I've got a couple on the shelf where I'm getting ready to start on that will be detailed fully. So I think I'm just going to do this one, like I said, box stock. I'll be needing one of those for shows coming up anyway. So anyway, let's take a look at it in the box, and with that, let's get building. Okay everybody, so again we're going to do a quick kit review of the Porsche 911 Carrera. We'll take a look at some of the parts trees, the instruction sheet, the decals, and other stuff comes in the kit. So real quick, let's take a quick look at some of the first parts trees. The first one up is going to have the wheels on it, and those are in white plastic. So they need to be black, and we'll have some aluminum collars, so it'll take some detail painting on that, but we'll get that done. That shouldn't be too much trouble. Second parts tree up here is going to have part of the rear bumper. Here's the rear hood. What would be the hood on this, because the engine's in the rear. You got your front and rear bumpers and front fascia. Here's the outside rear view mirrors that will go in the car, and then as I said in my opening, and I'll show you when we get in the instruction sheet, you can build this the US version or the Euro version. So it's got actually two different sets of headlight bezels depending on which version you build. So we'll take a look and see which one we need for the version we build. Next parts tree up will be engine components, brakes, like I said, exhaust. Looks like transmission. Like I said, there's part of the engine, front part of the engine, front suspension parts, some more engine parts. Looks like a starter right there, maybe an oil fill right there. Different little parts. We'll have to see what they are when we get into it. So as you can see, it's got all that on it. Let's see here. Next parts tree up we'll take a look at. We'll have the door panels. Looks like the interior tub where the seats will go into, of course, and here's the floor, console area, some more of the undercarriage suspension parts. Looks like a distributor right there. Right here is the rear independent suspension axles. We got some wipers up here. There's the pedals. Looks like the air filter box right there. There's some more suspension parts. And let's see, we got the door handles and more suspension right here. This is mainly going to be some interior and suspension parts. There's the steering column, gear shift lever and all that. More suspension. That's part of the engine, the turbo. So that's pretty much all of that on that tree. Next tree up is going to be the chassis pan. All of that, that's one solid piece. Some more of the underhood engine. This is, like I said, part of the air filter box right here. The rear of the seats, they'll have to be mounted on the back. This right here I know is part of the engine where it mounts to, sits in the back of the car. Right here is more suspension parts right here. And then over here, these right here looks like the two rear bumpers that will mount, like bumper guard type deals that will mount on the bumper. Let's see, these two parts, I'm not exactly sure right offhand what they are. We'll see to it when we get in. This right here will be one of the front suspension bars, again on that. That's pretty much all that's on that tree. And let's see here. this little small piece right here, the this is the rear seat. That covers, I think it's over on another parts tree where it has the rest of the rear seat. And that may be a seat cover if you're not going to use the rear seat. I'm not sure. Like I said, we'll have to take a look at that when we get the instructions. Let's see here. Next parts tree up will have actually the two different dashes, whether you're using the US version or the Euro version. Again, here are the two front seats. Those other pieces I showed, like I said, they will mount on the back of them like most cars will do now. You got two-piece seat. There's part of the console. That should go on down on that interior tub we looked at. And let's see, up here, this will be the actual top, if you want to put the top on or leave the top off on the sort of like convertible top type thing. It's a sort of like T-tops, but just one solid piece. Here's two more versions of the front seat, depending on which version you want to use. Here's that rear seat tub I was talking about. A couple more rear seat, the front seat backs of the front seats. So I imagine these two go with these two front seats. And we got a couple more wiper blades up here. I know there's one on the back and then a couple on the front. And then of course we got the steering wheel. And that pretty much will cover that sheet. Let's see here. The tires, they've got, let's see if I can get it to focus. They got good tread on them. They're good and soft. Good and rubbery, so they should be pretty good to work with. Shouldn't be no problem on that. And the glass, like I said, I'm not going to take glass out. I don't like taking it out till I need it, but this right here is the rear window, rear glass that goes in the back of the car. And let's see here, we got the front glass right here. I know you probably can't see it real good, but it's in there. It actually comes with the side glass and side mirrors. If you want to put the side glass in, like all the glass would be up on the car. It's got, like I said, looks like 4 different headlights in there, depending on which version of the headlight bucket you use. And it's got the rear tail light section and turn signal that goes all the way across the back of the car. That's right there. Again, I know you're probably not seeing this real well, but I just don't want to take the glass out of the bag unless I just have to. So that's all the glass, and we'll take a quick look at the decals and then we'll go into the instruction sheet. So the decal sheet, just a typical, got some seat cover decals to put on the seats, give it that appearance of fabric. And you've got all the different lights and exterior lights, and got all, see, 2 different versions of gauges. Again, that goes back to which version you use, the US or the Euro. Got some under hood decals that go on the engine compartment. Got outside decals for the car, the Porsche, of course the Carrera. There's a Porsche logo that would probably go up on the front. Side decals that go on the side of the car and probably the rear. Here's the 4 for the wheels, center of the wheels. Got various tag decals. And let's see here, over here is probably the mirror decals, and let's see, it looks like you maybe go on the filters, because it looks like they're grooved, so it probably goes up on the filter. And like I said, there's just various decals that go on various things. Some more that go under the hood right there. I know you probably can't see them real good. But anyway, that's pretty decent decal sheet. Right many on that. So we'll take a quick look at the instruction sheet here. Let's see, I'll zoom out just a little bit here. And this is typical Revell. They go over like what all the symbols mean and all that. We're all used to that. And then we'll come over here. We've got all the collar call outs for different collars and so forth. Let's see here. Then it shows all the parts, sprues, which parts will be used, not used. goes over that. Oh, I did forget to show you the body. Let me show you that real quick. I looked at the body real quick. It looks really good. It's just got a couple little seam lines and stuff we got to clean up, but it's very, very little that will need to be cleaned up on the car. It looks really good. So I'll probably clean out the door lines and all of that back here a little bit, and maybe a couple up here, but we'll get that cleaned out. So then let's see here, zoom in, but basically just start with the engine up here. The first about 4 or 5 instruction parts start on the engine, work on that. Then it comes down here and you start mounting the engine, transmission, so forth to the undercarriage, underpan. And then it's basically just start working on the front and rear suspension coming through. We're going to add the exhaust over here, and then start adding your brakes through here through step 10. Again, step 11 and 12, 13 deals with the front rotors and so forth. Then step 14, we're going to put the looks like the rest of the rear suspension back there, and then start adding the final belly pans right here. And then step 16, 17, 18, and 19, we finish up under the what would be the hood, the rear of the car. Add a distributor and some of these smaller components that mount to the side of the body, inside the body for the engine. Start working on the turbos. Like I said, the air box down here, and then mount that to the engine. Then in steps 20 through 32, actually, you start working on the interior. You mount the rear seat to the bottom interior pan, and then you have to drill out your holes depending on if you're using left hand or right hand drive. And let's see, come down here and again you mount your pedals, whether it's left hand or right hand drive. Then we start adding the center console, your emergency brake, let's see here, the gear shift, and let's see here. That's looks like the seat belt notches, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure. Hadn't seen that before. And then down here again, you got to make out which one you want, whether you're doing US or Euro version. Then you have to, depending on if you're using left hand or right hand drive, is which seat you use. This set right here is left hand seats. This right here would be your right hand drive seat. And again, here's those two interior pieces I was talking about for the seats. They will mount in here. Then let's see here, you come over here and mount your front seats in, put your door panels in. Here's where that earlier I was talking about the rear seat, that mounts up here. And then you have to pick out which dash you're using, left hand drive or right hand drive. Again, it's a lot of that through here. And then of course we're going to mount our steering column, steering wheel down here, and these 2 steps through 32. Go over here to 33. That's when we're going to mount the dash, again whether it's left hand, right hand drive. Then we start on our body and have to start drilling out the holes, again depending on whether it's US version or Europe version. Things are different for that. And let's see, we're going to mount the rear hood, rear hatch, whatever you want to call it. And then we start mounting the bottom chassis, the interior tub, and the body together. And then the rest of the steps, 38 through the end, is just a matter of adding lights. Again, depending on which version you're using. Again, up here, the headlight bezels, US and Europe version. Then we have the rear bumpers down here. Like I said, they're body color, of course, but then they've also got some semi-gloss black trim on them that will have to be painted separately. Start adding more lights, license tag frame, And then of course we got to start adding the rest of the front fascia and all that. Come back here, and then that's when we start adding again more lights. Here's this full rear panel light I was talking about. It's got the turn signals plus the brake lights. And the final rear bumper goes on. Back here again, it'll be body color with some semi-gloss black parts on it. And of course those little bumper guard type things I were talking about. And see, we just start mounting, like I say, the rear bumper, the rear lights, start adding the wheels. Again, like I said, there'll have to be some detail painting because it's black in the center of them. The spokes are black, but the outer part is like a aluminum color. And let's see, 51 down here is the same thing. We're just putting the rear tires on right there. And then we have to start adding the see, the front windshield, the rear glass where I was talking about. Here's that T-top part I was talking about. It's just one solid piece. And the vent glass right here, that'll go in there, but you have the option of whether you want to put the side glass. Excuse me. I doubt whether I do the side glass. I don't really like side glass on cars unless you just have to. And right here you have the option of the rear wiper, depending on whether the hatch is up or the rear hatch, rear hood, whatever you want to call it, or whether it's down. You have that option. Up here again, I'm going to add another light or two if it's that says it's Europe only. And of course, going to add the door handles, and then the outside rear view mirrors, and then the front windshield wipers. And after that, it just shows the decal placement. Like I said, it's a lot of decals. I think a lot of them are just optional type decals. I know it's showing like 2 right here to put in with glass. Again, there are question marks, so that's just an optional thing to do. Got one on the rear right there. You got the name, the Carrera logo goes on the rear hatch, so there's 2 on the back. And on the front, like I said, you just got the one on the hood. That's the Porsche logo. And of course the 4 for the wheel centers. And other than that, that's it. Looks like it's got a little detail to it. It's going to take some time on some stuff. You know, like your wheels, and having to tape off that semi-gloss on all the bumpers and the car, on the trim and all. That'll take a little bit of time, but I'm hoping it's going to turn into a good little build. Like I said, I need something for out of box for the upcoming shows. So anyway, I'm hoping it's going to turn out good. So with that, like I said, I appreciate all the subs I've been getting. I hope everybody's enjoying the channel. I love watching everybody else's channel. I love, like I said, I just like all the subs I'm getting. Like I said, the last couple shows we done, it was nice meeting a lot of you that I haven't seen, that we've been talking to. So with that, like I said, if you want a shop card, I'll put my email in the description. You can drop me a line. I'll get a shop card to you. And with that, till next time, let's get building.